Hello everyone! We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming because Toro Resistance just dropped a huge bomb on us! They have released the demo to Paradox Part 3. It only covers up until the choice you have to make, but according to Toro themselves, that's a good 5 to 10 hours of gameplay. So, let's not waste any time. I'm not waiting for nothing. Let's get to it. Alright. I believe all we have to do is go outside to trigger it. There it is. Luca, when we have a strategy meeting right now, I feel like we need to sort out what we know so far. Alright, sounds good. A shocking revelation in the chaotic Ilias temple. The birth of a third god, and the existence of the world of dark and the world of holy. So, and by the way, this is the Ilias route, in case Ilias, speaking up, didn't make it obvious. I don't get it. Something is stuck in the back of my mind. What's wrong, Luca? No, it's nothing. Regardless, my head can't seem to keep up with the rapid turn of events. Thus, we held a strategy meeting. So, let us begin the strategy meeting. That Ilias Temple had many revelations for us. My head is still jumbled up. There's so much going on. Come on, Ilias. Show us the way. Eden will follow you wherever you lead us. Well, first let's organize the information we have so far. Then you will be able to see what needs to be done in the future. Certainly, we need to take time to think here. What shall we do about what? I only joined halfway, and there's still many things I don't know. It would be very helpful if you could go over everything again. Hill doesn't understand difficult things. When you decide who to attack, let me know. Q! What shall we discuss first? About the journey so far. It's been a very long journey just to get here. Luca, your original goal should have been to find your father. I, on the other hand, was rendered helpless under mysterious circumstances. In order to regain my original form, I traveled with you. During the course of our journey, we have learned many things. The most important of these lie within the parallel worlds deep within Taurus. We still don't know why Luca can open the portals to the parallel worlds. It seems like his father had the same power. Unlike my mom, who was an angel, Dad was supposed to be a normal human. So why does my dad... Additionally, we gained new friends in Taurus, including Naruko and Promestein, those who come from different worlds. I'm in your care.
Q.
As our travels progress, we learn that parallel worlds are disappearing one after another. We also learn that even our own world is reaching its end. But we will get back to the concerns of the parallel worlds later. For now, let's retrace our adventure. In San Ilia, we broke into a mysterious underground ruin. It was there that we discovered Hild, and the remains of a laboratory from the future. Everyone found Hild. In order to save the world, Hild is going on an adventure with everyone. But there are many things about Hild that are unclear. Who produced her? And why is she equipped with so many useless functions? Not only does she have a high-level emotional function, she even has the ability to reproduce. If her sole purpose were to fight off apoptosis, then there would be no need for such functions. Next, in Sabasa, the lewd Queen Sarah was brought back to her senses. The three abominable Lilith sisters have been working in the dark behind the scenes of the country. The three Lilith sisters were sent from the dark world, and they're plotting things in our world. I've got a general idea of what they're up to in the dark world, and let's leave that discussion for later. Next, we arrive in Grand Noah. There we intervened in the Great War with Grandgold. In the end, the three Lilith sisters were behind this war as well, and the Monster Lord Alphys the 15th and the three sisters joined hands in order to incite the war. As far as I know, there have been cases of demons interfering with human royalty. This is on a completely different scale. Grandgold was defeated due to our successes, and we were victorious in the war, but that was when Ilias the 15th declared war on humanity. We were in the middle of a victory banquet too. The mood was completely ruined with that. And the Monster Lord's armies attacked all 4 countries at the same time. However, thanks to our efforts, we were able to repel the series of attacks. It was really tough. In a short period of time, we went to 4 different countries. Next, it was our turn to fight back. But to get to the Monster Lord's castle, we need something that can fly. In order to revive the monster bird, we had to gather the 6 orbs, but the resurrection failed due to the obstacles that exist on the snow continent. Oh, Ilias. What a series of tragedies. In order to remove the obstacles, we went to the continent of snow. The continent used to be heaven, which crashed due to the Great Cataclysm. There, I was able to meet Ilias again. My heart is bursting with joy. After our meeting, we went to the Halls of Genesis. There, we found Michaela and Lucifina-chan. Speaking of who, where'd those 2 go? I don't know. It looks like they were tearing apart the courtyard. So mischievous. My, I swear. We then finally arrived at the Ilias Temple, where I found another me who had fallen to chaos. It turns out that goddess Ilias was the Ilias of this world, and that I am the goddess Ilias of the original world. We'll discuss this turn of events in more detail later, but in the end, the me of this world disappeared into chaos. I have mixed feelings about it, but the obstacles to revive the demon bird have been removed. We are now on our way to the monster bird Hurtley Shrine. That has been the previous sequence of events. It was really tough at the Ilias temple. The forces of the Dark God and the Goddess were all over the place. And Sonia died. Yep. Huh? What was that? What's wrong, Luca? No, it's nothing. I am not surprised that you are not feeling well. Even I cannot hide my bewilderment and concern. Mysterious visions haunt my mind. Is it a dream, an illusion, or a lost reality? I'm forgetting something important, I think. But for now, let's move on to the consideration of our matters. What shall we consider? Parallel worlds. The Great Cataclysm 30 years ago caused giant holes in space-times to appear in many places. The so-called Tauruses were tunnels to parallel worlds. And we finally learned the source of it all. The paradox that occurred within the original world is what's causing all this chaos. In the true history world, Ilias died. That's what triggered the collapse of space-time. But how in the world did that happen? What did you do in the original history, Ilias? No comment! The death of the goddess Ilias, or at least in the canonical world, caused the space-time continuum to collapse. Then, Black Alice transcended time and space and appeared in Remina 30 years ago, and the Great Cataclysm occurred, and the world of the original history and this world were separated. For convenience, let's call this world the Singularity World. It is the first parallel world that was created and is the most stable. What do you mean by this is the most stable world? It is probably the least susceptible to spatial temporal influences. The closer it is to canonical history, the stronger its existence. Therefore, both the Dark God and the Holy God sides want this world. That's what we've heard. Then, a number of parallel worlds were created by spinning off of the Singularity World. And the worst thing to come out of the breakdown of the space-time continuum is it led Black Alice to Remina 30 years ago. Moreover, now having experienced the space-time travel, Black Alice is able to use the power of chaos at will. It is indeed a catastrophic disaster in and of itself. Black Goddess has gained so much power that she calls herself the Third Goddess. Black Alice, I just wasn't strong enough. What is Black Alice's goal? Domination of the world, or do they want to destroy it? For her, domination is synonymous with destruction. Ultimately, she is a doomsdayer. Who wants to destroy everything. Destroy everything, even what is important to her. The very worst has gained the power of chaos. Anyway, chaos is spreading to all the parallel worlds. If this continues, all of the worlds will be engulfed in chaos. All worlds are on the verge of extinction. If we do not find a solution, there will be no future. In other words, the source of chaos is a historical paradox. It seems that the more the original history and our history diverge, the more the erosion of chaos increases. But no matter how close we get to the original history, it only slows down the spread of chaos. It is not a solution. Will we be able to stop the destruction even if we beat Black Alice? Black Alice has taken in a great deal of chaos. In the unlikely event that we defeat her, the chaos will only spread. In the end, the spread and erosion of chaos will not be stopped. It will not solve the fundamental issue. So you're saying we're out of options? No. If it was by those means that the cutthroats from another world were talking about, we will discuss that later. Anyway, that's all for confirmation regarding the canonical history and parallel worlds. We won't let our world disappear like the worlds we saw. We must think of countermeasures, whatever it takes. The world is on the verge of extinction. What on earth can we do to prevent its destruction? What shall we consider? About the Dark World. It turns out that among the parallel worlds, there is one that is truly horrifying. The evil god Alphys won during the Holy Monster Wars and rules the world, a truly hellish world. I never thought such a parallel world existed. The history is completely different from our own, isn't it? But that world, too, is on the verge of destruction. That's why the three Ilias sisters have been dispatched to this world. From what the three Ilias sisters said, we can learn of the plans of the Dark God. They intend to unite their world with the Singularity World. So you're saying they want to combine our world with the world of the evil gods? That's exactly it. It's an extremely annoying plan. For the world to be united, there must first be a unification of souls. The Dark God is working on the evaluation network of this world. It's something that catches the souls in a net and draws them into the world of the evil god. It was originally a trick that I invented, and its effectiveness is well documented. The souls of those who die in this world are drawn to the Dark World, where they merge with themselves from that world. Therefore, the three Ilias sisters and the monster lord Alphys the 15th manipulated this world from behind the scenes to carry out massacres. No way, no matter how you look at it, that's just too far. Yes, it is frankly an act so barbaric I don't even want to discuss it. is truly the Dark God's work, the height of evil. Nuka, we must defeat the Dark God of the other world. Such a plan must not be allowed to succeed. The ultimate goal of the Dark God is now clear. They want to unite our world with their world to avoid destruction. But in order to do so, they have to eliminate all life in our world? Can we allow such a thing to happen? Well, I mean, if the souls are carried over and they're still alive in the other world, I mean, basically you're just isekaiing everyone. It's not like they're dead and gone. The Holy World. We have discovered that there is a wonderful world in a parallel world. It is the world where I, the goddess Ilias, defeated and destroyed the evil god. Huh? Did Ilias triumph over the Dark God in this world? Yes, I managed to blackmail the Dark God by my own hand and sealed them away. But that's a secret. She's very blunt about it. In that world, however, she seems to have surpassed the evil god in power. She even created the 7 archangels and completely annihilated the evil god and the 6 ancestors. It's a little strange for me to say this, but let's call that world the goddess world from now on. What a wonderful world. The very mercy of God must fill the heavens and the earth. However, that world is still in danger of destruction. To prevent this, 3 fierce angels have appeared in our world. Those 3 revealed the arc plan of the goddess world. It is a secret plan to avoid destruction. Here's where I have some mixed speculation. Perhaps it will merge the goddess world with the singularity world. I'm not quite sure how, but I'm sure that the means have already been put in place to do so. Some kind of new magic, or a device developed by my minions. I have a pretty good idea of what I would do anyway. The new world thus created is to be linked to an arc. There, they will evacuate the people from various parallel worlds. But those angels said that only a small percentage of people could be saved. Yes, that is correct. The new world is an island of limited space and resources. It would be impossible to accept everyone from all parallel worlds. Because of that, we must select who will be saved. Since we cannot save everyone, we have no choice. I mean, you could divide and conquer. You could take the people you want, and you could let the Dark God have everyone else. I mean, it's kind of how our world is believed to work by many. If they're only welcoming some people from the parallel worlds to the goddess world, what will happen to the people who are left behind? They will die. Completely and permanently. Lost into nothingness of chaos. So yeah, the goddess's plan is worse in regards of human life. Are you sure that's what you want, Ilias? To abandon most of your people? We have a responsibility. We have to make sure we save as many people as possible. If we try to save everyone, we could lose everyone. Are you willing to lose everyone because you ran out of ideas? But to abandon so many people just to save a few? It is a ruthless decision, but we cannot afford to make irresponsible choices. I'll say it again. We must take certain measures. We must not lose everything by trying to resort to unknown means. But I'm not convinced. Luca, we have the power to save others. That's why there's always a dilemma we have to face. As long as there is a limit to our power, there is a limit to the number we can save. It's a sad reality, but one that we must be aware of because we have the power to do so. If you mistakenly think that you can save everything, you will only create a larger mistake. The art project is already underway. Rubiana and S people were sent to the goddess world. Yes, I'm sure of it. The infiltrators are already executing the art project. As Luca previously saw in Esta, the inhabitants were welcomed into the heavenly realm. Yeah, there's no doubt. Regardless of our approval or disapproval, the goal of the goddess world has been discovered. It is to save only a limited number of people before the annihilation of all parallel worlds. And most of those not chosen will be abandoned. They will be caught up in the destruction of the world, and they will disappear. What shall we consider next? About other forces. The two major forces currently confirmed are the Dark God and the Goddess sides. Other than that, there are also those who are moving on their own. First, Black Alice and her unpleasant companions. The one who was the source of the Great Cataclysm, having acquired the power of chaos. It was in the canonical history that she acquired the power of chaos. Without being able to use it, she was defeated by the hero Luca. Black Alice? So you defeated Black Alice in the future. You are the true hero. But it's not the me now, it's the me in the canonical world. It doesn't even feel real. But she has been resurrected through time by the destruction of the space-time continuum due to the horrific magical experiments conducted in the past in Remina. At that time, Black Alice experienced time travel. It is likely this is the reason for her complete unification with the forces of chaos. Experiencing different time and space shifts. It seems to be an important factor in gaining the power of chaos. Yeah, I'm sure that'll come in very important later when Luca uses Hill to time travel. You may be right about that. A body that has undergone space-time transfer would be a chaotic foreign entity. It This is another guess, but foreign objects that have undergone space-time transfer are overridden by the apoptosis effect. The reason why Black Alice regained her sense of self after being swallowed by chaos is probably because she had the power of holy and darkness in her hands before she traveled through time and space. But there are others who have traveled through time and space, right? The Lilith sisters and the 3 archangels. And the 3 seraphim. First, the 3 Lilith sisters. As you can guess, it seems that they traveled through time and space with just their souls. The soul would normally become chaotic and would be erased. But before that occurred, it merged with their body via the evaluation network. In the 3 seraphim, it seems that they are performing space-time travel with no risk. According to what Morrigan said, there seems to be a device in the goddess world that allows for space-time travel. I imagine it has to do with the Luca clones. Given that it is possible to pass through the space-time barrier with absolutely no risk at all, the core of that device is probably Luca. And even more puzzling, they have a space-time shift that we have experienced many times. We have crossed parallel worlds, but none of us have become apoptosis. Perhaps the key is the presence of Luca. As long as he opens the door, you're not affected by space-time travel. I'm the key? We've gone way off topic. Let's now return to our examination of Black Alice. Black Alice is a being of total destruction. Her guiding principles must be greatly influenced by her unification with chaos. She will no longer stop until she has annihilated everything. We must destroy Black Alice at all costs. The goal of Black Alice is to destroy the world? I don't see how we can avoid clashing with her in the future. I'll assist you then. Black Alice, who seeks to bring the world to ruin. We must stop her ambitions at all costs. Next, the existence of White Rabbit is very puzzling. It could be said that we have been dragged along by her. Looking back, I think that they were guiding us through the history of the world to bring it closer to the original history. That would sure seem to be the case, but why would they do such a thing? I'm certain that the White Rabbit is also a being of chaos of some kind. If, like she herself has said before, is not a being but a law. I'm getting a little confused. Don't worry, Ilias. I am already a bit confused. And Reaper is very similar to White Rabbit. And the existence of the underworld is... Reaper? Underworld? What are you talking about? Both the Grim Reaper and the Underworld are delusions conceived by foolish earthly beings. They don't actually exist. Well, I'm the only one who knows for sure. Regardless, the identity of White Rabbit is a complete mystery, as well as where she is leading us to. Another suspicious group is Nero Nearest. Apparently they are brother and sister, and they are extremely powerful. They're kind of weird, but they've helped us out a lot. Who the hell are they? At Grand Gold, we saw those two's true form. They're definitely in the bloodline of the Monster Lord. And they were mixed with the blood of a high-class angel. They could probably be... Speaking of... Nerys calls herself Alphys the 17th. That's why she is definitely someone who cannot be trusted. At this stage, it is appropriate to consider them as enemies. But they don't seem like bad guys to me. Maybe they're fighting to save the world. I told you not to be deceived by them! They're enemies! Those two are definitely enemies! I'm not convinced. Nero and Nerys are siblings. What is their purpose, and what are their true identities? There's another account for force. That's Luca's father, Marcellus. My father, who travels between parallel worlds. Why on earth would he do such a thing? And with so much power? As I've said many times, in the original history, Marcellus is a normal human. As skilled as a warrior as he may have been, he was still just a human. Why then does he have the ability to travel through space and time? Marcellus, too, seems to be trying to prevent destruction. In parallel worlds that are on the verge of extinction, we were also saved. Yes, and his body. I wonder what kind of hellish ordeal he's been through. The mysteries around my dad's behavior. I have to know what happened. Black Alice, the White Rabbit, Nero Nerys, and Marcellus. The world is full of people who are a mystery, aren't they? Who are enemies and who are allies? You must be careful when thinking about the future. How will these mysterious and powerful people, whose identities are still unknown, relate to our journey? What shall we discuss next? That's it. Now, moving on to future plans. Have you reviewed enough information? I have. The ultimate goal of this journey is, needless to say, to prevent the coming doom. But the means to achieve that, the specifics are kind of fuzzy. I still think it would be a good idea to work with the Goddess World. It would be good to work together for the art project. But no way! To abandon so many people? What do you suggest we do then? Do you have any alternatives? Let's put off the final decision for now. For now, we must head to the Monster Lord's castle. The Monster Lord following the plan of the Dark God. They must be defeated at all costs. That's right. We can't just leave the Monster Lord now. What happens later after we defeat the Monster Lord? Do you smell fried tofu? Fried tofu? Yeah, it smells kind of good. Tamamo! Sorry to interrupt the meeting, but can you do me a favor? Tamamo, the evil fox! What in the world are you doing here? I have a favor to ask of you before you head to the Monster Lord's castle. Actually, There are rebellions going on in 3 different parts of the world. Don't be silly! Why are we being ordered around by a fox asking us favors? Well, this isn't easy for me to say, but Black Alice is involved in these rebellions. Black Alice? Alright, let's hear the details. As I said before, 3 groups are causing a rebellion. The Cockroach Army, the Tanuki Tribe, and the Elf Village. 3 forces revolting at the same time? It was probably instigated by Black Alice. First, let's talk about the Cockroach Army. The Cockroach Tribe, led by their queen, is ready to revolt. You know the queen of the Cockroach Tribe, Queen Cockroach, don't you? She was seduced by Black Alice and set out to conquer the world. Queen Cockroach, along with Spire Princess and Queen Ant, she is the most powerful of the insect family. Her roots are on an isolated island far to the east of Fairy Island. There's a building there called the Forgotten Tower. Oh, the omniscient and omnipotent god is quite quick. There the queen had gathered the Cockroach Tribe and prepared. In response, the Monsterlord's army dispatched Arabetti. There was probably a battle going on right about now. Yeah, I imagine these 3 side quests are how we recruit each of the 3 remaining Heavenly Knights. We've got Talma Elma, so the Cockroach is where Arabetti is. The Tanuki Tribe has got to be where we get to Mamo. And that leaves the Elf Village for Granbaria. If Arabetti was dispatched, shouldn't that be enough, even on her own? She would be able to destroy the cockroaches without any problems. However, there's a bit of an issue with Arabetti right now. If we don't take care of it, she might wipe out the entirety of the Cockroach Tribe. Isn't that even better? Is Arabetti such a brutal monster? Arabetti can be quite inflexible. She is by no means the type of brutal monster who enjoys killing, though. I can't go into detail, but Arabetti is having emotional issues right now. So you're saying that the goal is not to exterminate the cockroaches, but rather you want us to protect the cockroaches from Arabetti? Yeah, you could say that. They may be rebelling, but I don't want it to end in a massacre. I don't think it's a problem at all. If you don't execute the rebels, they will repeatedly rebel again and again, understand? And exactly how many defectors have you had? 2 of your closest angels have turned their backs on you. Oh, you're so noisy, stupid fox! Alright, we'll go. No matter how many are rebelling, we can't just leave them to be massacred. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's try to settle things with as little bloodshed as possible. The Cockroach Tribe, seduced by Black Alice, revolts. Arabetti tries to uproot them and slaughter them. It may wind up being the case that we have to fight both. If that happens, it'll be a very tough fight. Next is the rebellion of the Tanuki tribe. As you know, the Tanukis see foxes as their rivals. Why don't the 2 opposing beasts just crush each other? I swear, you truly are a goddess without mercy. If we're not careful, a second fox and raccoon war will break out. Oh my, how interesting. Eden, let's have a bet on who will win. Then I will bet 10 feathers on the fox side. Hild will bet 8 screws on the tanuki side. Ah, jeez, don't make bets in bad taste. We'll assist. As expected of the hero Luca, you are a young man with a righteous heart. Now, let's put aside the evil goddess and proceed with the story. The chief of the Tanuki tribe is Kuro Tanuki, a strong warrior who rivals even the queen class. She is stubborn, but at heart she is a good-for-nothing, not a scoundrel. She is just overly competitive with us of the Kitsune clan. It seems that Black Alice has taken advantage of the situation, and now we have this stupid rebellion. We, the 4 Heavenly Knights, have been entrusted to deal with such situations, but we are also very busy at the moment. Be that as it may, you can't just impose it on us. You have to solve the problems of your own village by yourself. No, we'll help with that too. We can't leave monsters fighting each other, you know? Foxes and Tanuki are both demons that hate conflict. I'm sure we'll be able to resolve the issue amicably. It's reassuring to have 2 heroes with righteous hearts. Black Tanuki, encouraged by Black Alice, is running amok. We must do everything we can to stop it before it turns into a war between foxes and Tanuki. And last is the rebellion of the Elven village. The elf princess who rules the village declared war on the Monster Lord's army. The elf princess is that reclusive princess, isn't she? What in the world happened to cause such a bloody rebellion? Luca, I imagine. She knows that Luca's going against the Monster Lord, so she's going against the Monster Lord. That's my guess. Come to think of it, Sonia and her didn't get along. That I do not know, but at least we have confirmed that Black Alice has made contact with them. And thus, Granbaria has received orders to defeat the elf princess. She's a bit unreliable as well, though. That lizard, I believe, was in a very bad way because of a series of defeats. It's truly a delightful story. She was too strong from a very young age. She should have lost more before her personality fully developed. Therefore, she doesn't know how to deal with setbacks mentally and physically. It's a fragility that comes from being undefeated until that age. Therefore, Granbaria is in danger. I don't mean to sound cold, but we have to deal with the problem at hand. Frankly, it's none of our business, but Luca will probably insist on helping anyway. He can reach the village of the elves from Mount Horai near Yamatai. The mountain's boundary has been broken by us, so it is now passable. Okay, let's head to the elf village. The bond between humans and elves must not be broken. We are the bridge between humans and elves. We're going... I owe a debt of gratitude to the princess of that village for giving me the red orb. If she's going to commit a heinous act, I absolutely must stop her. But Tamamo, what is your position now? It should be an act of treachery, such as being part of the Grand Gold Rebellion. Even if they are working together behind the scenes, the Monster Lord's army and the evil god are two completely different things. Those eyes are cold, but we have a heart of iron. You're still the same old sly fox. Then I will return to the Kitsune Shrine. Before you deal with the Tanuki case, go and talk to the fox villagers. Goodbye! My, I can't believe we were brought into 3 troublesome things just before heading to the Monster Lord's castle. But every uprising was instigated by Black Alice. We cannot let her do as she pleases. So you're willing to help after all, Ilias? Of course, I too will fight through it as best as I can. I'll help you too! First of all, let's head to the monster bird's nest. We must revive the monster bird and secure air transportation. The roach roosts and the fox and tanuki villages are all in places that can only be approached from the sky. Well then, let's go! After a long meeting, the way forward was set. First, we must revive the sacred bird at the sacred bird shrine. Then we will put down the rebellions in various places. After that, we head to the Monster Lord's castle to defeat them. What shall we do after that? What will I choose to do before the coming doom? We shall find out soon enough. Not right now, that was quite a long talk. We shall pick this up next time. Later.